Hello, this is John Kramer again. I wasn't sure how long I went with the first part of this video, so I'm doing a second part where I want to feature things about one-sheets for novelists and other kinds of one-sheets you can create. So I wanted to go over some of the one-sheets. Again, here's the link in gold to this particular uh, bookmarketing.substack.com is my newsletter. You can subscribe, but you can go there and you can see this article. And, it's one sheet for novelists. If you write novels, model your one sheet after these book authors. I'm also going to show you some nonfiction and children's book one sheets so you get an idea of the kinds of things that you can include or should include in your one sheet. Now here's one for the Journey of 11 Moons by Bonnie Leon. And the neat thing is she does, one thing that she doesn't do well is she doesn't have an email or phone number to reach her, and she should. And it really would be good if her um, image, her photo was bigger so that people could actually see her and go, wow, I want to interact with her. She looks friendly, things like that. This is fairly small, so, and she still looks friendly and all that, but that her photo could be bigger. And she should have an email and a phone number. She does have her website and her Facebook page and something at Bonnie Leon, but that could be a Twitter profile. It could be something else. We don't know because she doesn't say. Um, Obviously, the first thing I would do is see if that's her Twitter profile or not. But it could be her Instagram profile or her TikTok profile or something like that. So I don't know. But the neat thing is that she has a little bit about herself. She has a little bit about her book, and she's got some reviews of other books by herself from Romance Today Reviews, Library Journal, and an individual that liked what she did. So, that kind of information can be valuable. She's got her ISBN number there. Um, if I were doing this, I might actually have my Amazon link there or some link, or I would at least tell people, hey, check out your local indie bookseller to buy the book, something like that. Now, here's another one, Reinventing Maddie by Nicole M. Miller. Now, I'd probably read this one because it's really kind of unusual and kind of fun looking, and it looks like an old West poster kind of thing. And chances are it is, it looks like it's, somebody who's a better shot than Annie Oakley. So it's probably a Western romance, but I don't know. It doesn't necessarily say that. There is something in smaller writing here, and actually I can't read it with my glasses on. Uh, her traveling show falls victim to the Great Depression. So this is talks about some of the dangers of 1940s Hollywood, and so it's kind of interesting. But you know, the thing I like the most about it is that it's kind of intriguing and good looking. So I would look and read a little bit more about it. Now, Nicole has another uh, one sheet, but it's really designed to sell her next novel as a manuscript, and it's got her agent's information down in the bottom right corner. Wendy Lawton of Books and Such Literary Agency, and the link there. But it also has Nicole's website, her email, and her phone number as well, plus a little bio, a little bit about the book. and it's a manuscript, a historical romance, 90,000 words. So these are some of the one sheets. They're really not, none of these three were really designed to encourage people to book the authors on media or as a podcast guest. That would require some more. So, what I'm going to do is go and look at some podcast one sheets uh, from somebody else, and this is you if you want to be booked on a lot of podcasts, you need to create some sort of one sheet that allows that encourages people to connect with you. So here's one. This is actually podcastonesheet.com. It's a service that Tony offers, and he's got and the service that he offers creates a one sheet that looks sort of like this. It gives something about the author, a bio, the some of the categories of what they can talk on, suggested topics, suggested questions, some of the episodes he's been on before, and you know, active links to connect with, what he has to offer. Now, sorry, I didn't want to do that, but it's kind of boring. It's kind of dull, and it doesn't really have the actual phone number and things like that. Now, here's one, a podcast by Judith Briles. She's a good friend of mine and book publishing expert, and she helps authors to publish their books. Plus, she's written a good number of books of her own. The books that are standing up here, I think, are books that she helped to publish. The ones that are stacked up in front of her are books that she wrote. She has sample speaking topics, uh, different ways to connect with her via social media, plus her address, phone number, website, and email. And she also features some of the media she's been on: ABC, Times, CNN, and so on. She has some testimonials. It's a nice thing. And she actually also features some of the awards she got. So, that was, a nice connection there. Here's another one. John Lanza, he has a book called The Art of Allowance, a short practical guide to raising money smart, money empowered kids. And again, here he has suggested topics, suggested questions, a biography about himself, some images from his, I guess he must have uh, something called Sniggle Zoo, but he also has his email, Facebook profile, phone number, LinkedIn profile, and I think that's Snapchat, plus his two of his Twitter profiles. So it's a good, it looks nice. He looks friendly. It's really nice when you have a bigger picture of yourself, as I said before, because it really helps people to connect with you. Here's another one, Amani Roberts. Uh, Here's all his ways to connect: email, phone, Snapchat, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, interview topics, sample questions, uh, a bio of him. And it also says that he's the host of his own podcast. So you may end up wanting to connect and interview with him as well. So those are some of the, information on him. And then there's also, here's some more uh, podcast one sheets from nonfiction authors. I write a little bit about it. One is here, it's a podcast guest profile for Alinka Latkaska. Um, She's a book publisher for Leaders Press, which does co-op publishing, which means you pay for them to help you to get a book published, and then it's distributed through Simon and Schuster. Now, the podcast topics that she covers are book publishing, entrepreneurship, business growth, marketing, writing a book, lead generation, best-selling author. Now, A major drawback of her uh, podcast one sheet is there's no way to connect with her. No phone number, no email, um, no website, nothing like that. So, well, actually, I think, yeah, she does do the leaderspress.com right there, but no email, no phone number, so no social networks. Very, that's something, that's a no-no. Now she does have a wonderful website, book that she sells on Amazon. How I Sold 80,000 Books, book marketing for authors. You might be interested in buying that book, you know. Then here's another podcast one sheet. It's actually a two sheet. He did front and back, and this is by Dr. Ronald Beach. He's the author of Divide: Tackling Your Challenges in a Virtual World. He's got a bio, sample speaking topics, his book cover, how to connect on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, and Pinterest, plus two of his websites, and his phone number, and a website again, and where he's located. He's in Colorado. Then on his the backside, he features his two other books, plus some testimonials and reviews from some people, and so that's kind of a nice double duty one. Um, and I think most people that would receive it would be happy to receive, a double whammy, you could say. Here's another one. This one's a little bit busy. I might do it a little bit different. It does have his bio, his website, his email, his phone number down at the bottom. Uh, he doesn't really talk about the questions you should ask. He's basically doing a mini news release here, and I would recommend that he take out some of this cell copy and do some questions. Here are some questions you can ask. Right now, this is more features on the book rather than a Scott as a guest on media or podcast. And that can be a drawback if what he wants is to be a guest on podcast and so on. Now here is Judith Briles, here her newest format. I showcased. Nope, that's not the right link. Let's go back. I think this is the right link. Yeah, uh, right there. This was her previous one, and I really liked it. I liked her old one. Her new one's perhaps too busy, but it's not bad. It's well designed. Again, something about her, her speaking topics, phone number, email, website, how to connect with social media, again, testimonials. The neat thing here is that she includes a QR code for people that want to connect with her that way. She's got 6 of her books plus a 7th right here. Her awards on the side. Now, you can't read those, and you might be able to read them on the actual podcast sheet, but they're pretty small. But again, she's got, Washington Post, Wall Street Journal, Newsweek, Time, Good Morning America, Fox, CNBC, ABC, CBS, CNN, her address as well. So she's giving you lots of ways to connect, lots of ways to feel comfortable because she's an award winner. She's been on a lot of media and she featured that. It's really a nice way for her to showcase that she's a legitimate somebody to be interviewed. And as a novelist, you could model any of these nonfiction ones as well. I would recommend you follow possibly Judith's, one of her two one sheets, this one or the one here. Um, I probably wouldn't model Scott's because he really doesn't solicit guest opportunities. Dr. Ronald Beach, he's got a two-page one. Um, it's not bad. I think you might do that. I think he could have done a better picture that would have been more engaging. And again, and Alinka really messed up with hers because she doesn't have contact information. Now, again, here is another one of Judas to model. John Lanza's is pretty good. Amani Roberts is decent. And then I'm going to showcase one more for you, and that's children's book author one sheet. The neat thing about this one is, it's actually not very busy at all. It's from Jane Lowry. It's about she's actually wanting to speak to teach the children about clean energy and climate change. She wrote a book about it. It's here, won one award, and she's got her phone number, her email address, her website, and she actually says that she's available for school visits, which is really important for children's books authors because it's one of the key ways to sell your books as children's book authors. So again, these are some of the ways that you can connect with people at podcasts. And again, I go back to the one here, with the novelists that did one sheets, but none of theirs actually were designed to get them invited to be guests. And that's one thing that's really, really important if you're going to create a one sheet, is you really want to create a separate one. I mean, you can have a one sheet like, I think it's Nicole here, where she's wanting to sell a manuscript to publishers. That's a great one sheet for selling manuscripts to a publisher. But if you want to get people to interview you, you have to feature the topics you can talk about, the questions you can do. So thank you. This is some things about how to do a one sheet.